What do we got this time? We got ourselves, we got Bordeaux. I'm gonna call you Bordeaux. Danzel, oh, Thrall Boy. We got Demoniac back in here. We got Pedro. We got what is it? Shiryu? I don't even know. Versus Animom on Team Red with Gretchen. We got ourselves Pickpocket. We got ourselves Zul Jin and Angel Animom going up first versus who is it? Asper. Oh, it looks like it is going to be Shiryu. It looks like it's going to be Monk. Aspirational boys, if you are stealthy, be out of stealth unless you're dueling. If you are a cat, be out of cat form and stealth unless you're dueling. Please, boys, just be out of any forms. I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to try to get the camera to pan on. It's going to be Shiryu actually popping in a little bit of a port out as Animom and Shiryu engage, but I missed that whole opener completely. Looks like the Army of the Dead and Abomination are going to use as Animom is trying to close in the gap on Shiryu, and Shiryu is just trying to get the hell out of the Army of the Dead, but Abomination is on one side. Do you actually just want to... That A-bomb does so much damage. Did you see that thing? It just slapped you with a massive meat hook hand once, and you're already at low health. Shiryu, I would be afraid, although I like the color scheme for your Mog. You don't really see that color scheme like ever. Jesus though, Animom still got big damage. It's gonna go for that Death Pact in the back, and it's gonna go for a bit of a reset. Death Pact just to make sure you got a lot of health available. Shiryu though, played out for complete, just ran out, then ran the whole time from that duel. Hopefully Animom might be able to get another Army of the Dead or a couple. I think Animom does play that Vision of Perfection build, which is actually super fun. Stone onto Shiryu right now, trying to see if he can maybe get another set of army going. That is going to be Army of the Dead popping in. Is that the Vision of Perfection one? Looks like only a couple of goals, so I think that is Vision of Perfection one. Well, not all the goals, but it's going to be Mages of the Dead in the back, just clapping out some damage. Transfusion coming out for Animom, but that Fist of Fury is going to deny any kind of healing. Karma coming out early for Shiryu. As the second Mages of the Dead joining in, that's going to be Psychotronic Trinket for Shiryu. Getting so much karma, so much damage, and so magical at Animom, but that's going to be his massive defensive just gone. And Animom's like, you know, come back here, boy. You ain't going out of here. Shiryu is going to still escape. So for Animom, that's every defensive and offensive that Shiryu had. That was even his last set of images. That should be available very, very soon. Try to land the Fist of Fury, but that's going to get strangulated. Pick him up by the back of the neck, and that's going to be disarmed onto Animom, but the Army of the Dead is still rolling in. Animom needs to spam out Chain of Ice whenever they can. That's going to be massive mobility out of the Monk. Can he yoink him back in? Can he group him back in? Does group him right on top of the Army. That's going to get Transfusion rolling. That's going to be A-bomb, and that's going to be Mages of the Dead. Just popping them big damage. Necrotics are starting to stack up. That's going to be Pet being beefed up. And Shiryu is still trying to avoid the Army as best as possible. Necrotics is still stacked up. Trying to get a couple of Vivifies. This is going to be the Pet. Dark Transform, trying to do some damage, and Animom looks like he's just gonna wait out a little bit. I feel like the best way to deal with a Monk is not to do this kind of resets, at least from an Holy Death Knight perspective. I feel like you just gotta keep trucking on. Every time they gotta set up, every time they gotta cool down, you just gotta have an answer, but you gotta keep trucking on, because Shiryu every time is just gonna get himself full reset. And I don't think that helps the Death Knight at all. He loves hit and run strat and maintaining his health up. For Animom, however, with Death Knight, it's all about zerging things down. Getting a full Army of the Dead and zerging things down. Disarm coming out. Gonna be a Touch of Death. IBF available for Animom a little bit early. Doesn't have a stun for Shiryu. Shiryu is gonna go for Whirling Dragon Punch. It's gonna be Animom. Gonna go for that Transfusion as another Army of the Dead is gonna draw in. That's gonna be Mages of the Dead, getting quite a bit of damage in there too. Stun onto Animom, Trinkets out of it. It's gonna be a stun on Shiryu, Trinkets out of it as well. Animom popping that AMS right now. Has the Hysteria buff. Unholy Frenzy ready. That's going to be Abomination's Might joining in as AMS rolling in. As Karma rolling in. No AMS available. Psychotronic Blast needs to interrupt that thing immediately. As Grip came out at the last second. Every time. I feel like that might be the allegory for if you ever let a Monk by himself away, if you're not on top of him all the time like a mom watching over her kids, the Monk's just going to get into trouble, man. And they're going to do things. Let's see if our boy Gretchen has a chance at this. Gonna get hit with a disarm as Shiryu is trying to get a setup. But as soon as Shiryu is trying to go for any kind of defense, any kind of heal, this is where Gretchen should be right on top of him every single time. It's gonna go for rage regeneration a little bit early here. YSL doing fine. Fist of Fury coming in. Trying to bail out for a second. But it's gonna try to stay on Shiryu. Getting a charge in. Gonna be a big port for Shiryu. And Gretchen just doesn't have the mobility slowed down in the back. And the monk is going to be able to catch himself a full reset. I kept swapping to the wrong person. Also, why is Venom's body dead? Who set him on fire? I mean, it gave him out Warrior's death, I guess, yeah? Maybe it's like a Game of Thrones White Walker's thing, because he's undead. Gonna be a leg sweep on a Gretchen with that armor of the dead. Gonna go for the commanding shot. At least Gretchen is popping off those cooldowns. As he needs to, that's gonna be in rage. Not a rage region, but that's gonna be Recklessness up and running. Could maybe go for some big damage right now. Shiryu is just popping on cooldowns as well. Gonna get a wall and a disarm rolling, and Gretchen is gonna bail out of the Shiryu. He's just gonna go for a re-heal while he's got it. Gretchen needs to get back in there. Needs to get those charge heals against Shiryu. This is stopping from being able to get any kind of heals rolling. That's gonna be an in-cap with a port. This man is just trolling at this point. This man is just trolling at this point. Just messing with our poor boy Gretchen. 5 minutes in, 4% dampening. We are going to have dampening rolling, and we're just going to make it harder for Shiryu, but also much harder for our boy Gretchen. Going to be Fist of Fury with that touch of death rolling up. Fury coming in for Gretchen. Needs to go for heals right now. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. Wall coming in for Shiryu with a dampen harm. Gonna try to survive the damage of the warrior. But the Gretchen just doesn't have too many cooldowns up and running. Gonna be leg sweep. Gretchen needs to go for heals ASAP. Getting him with a disarm. Won't be able to get a charge. Heal is leaping away from Shiryu. Cyclotronic Blast is gonna get him down though. Oh my goodness. That's another played class that needs to stay on a monk. And as soon as they give that monk any freedom, Cyclotronic Blast twice now, dude. Twice. What is next? Looks like it is going to be Angel. Hopefully Angel learned from watching these play classes. Both of them just let the monk get a couple resets. I know it's hard to catch a monk, but you got to do your best you can not to let him get a reset. Going to be an I-beam cut out for Angel. Flying up in the air. In cap though while flying up. Wait, is this still going to... I was going to say, is he going to float or is he going to drop like a rock and gravity going to kill him? But he does still get a flight. I've never seen that interaction before. But that's a perfect in-cap to stop any kind of damage. Angel is going to get a stun. Shiryu is going to check it out of his Fist of Fury to follow Angel. Has a bit of resource generating, but can't quite do a lot of damage. Lex coming out, chicken side of it with a stun on Shiryu. Is going to go for a bit of a blade dance. He used to get the demonic back up and running. He's going to try to bail out with a disarm to follow. I-beam coming out. Doesn't have the weapons to get the annihilate damage. Dropping out darkness. Is that a good idea? This is going to be some free heals for Shiryu. Imprisoned to follow as Angel might have played his hand a little bit early. Full Metamorphosis coming out, but a Fist of Fury is going to stop any kind of damage. Angel might just go down. Oh my goodness, who is this boy? Who is this guy? It looks like Zul'jin is up next. Give him a little bit of a clap. Walk it at him though. Gonna be go rogue. Can the rogue do anything here? Needs to get a big setup with a massive vendetta. Fist of Fury is gonna lock him out. Should be using Phantom Knives if that's the case to get comp points rolling. Gonna get a full kitted shot onto Shiryu. It's gonna go for a vanish. Maybe a little bit of an early vanish. Didn't want to take the damage from the touch of death at all. Might have been a very early vanish. At least he didn't commit too many cooldowns. But that's actually gonna be cloak out of Zul'jin. What did he cloak? Did he try to cloak the touch of death? Gonna be a leg sweep. Has a chicken if he needs to, but Shiryu is just gonna get a setup. It's gonna be our full images up and running with a disarm onto Zul'jin. Does get himself invasion. Is gonna go for Phantom Knives. My boy actually building comp points. Another kitted shot coming in for Shiryu, but he does get a pre-wall for this one. Zul'jin is gonna go for the full vendetta right now. Actually try to go for big damage. And Shiryu is gonna port out of the way. Still is holding on to Karma. If Zul'jin can somehow stay on him the whole time. Needs to get the daggers going. Yep. Needs to get professional poisons ASAP. And Shiryu is gonna let an in-cap on him. Just to get himself a little bit of a breathing room. Zul'jin is gonna have to go for another reset on him. I like his daggers though. They look really, really cool. The new daggers from the season. Just to get another reset on Shiryu. He's gonna go for a sap. Try to get the dots up and right. Garrote comes out. But that's gonna be no kitted shot available for that Fist of Fury. Still popping on the Phantom Knives to at least generate the comp points. It's gonna be checking out Shiryu with a focused Azeroth beam. Actually stopping himself in midway. That's actually gonna be Shiryu. Tried to get an interrupt on the Zul'jin just give up. Nope. No. What? Okay, well. It looked like he gave up. But then he had the blind, which is perfect. That puts him ahead. And then he just broke his own blind. I don't know what happened. This monk is just demoralizing everybody. It looks like 9 minutes in. Cheap Shot as we get a pocket, going to go for a advantage, trying to reach Cheap Shot. This old Jin with a Vendetta. What is this Vendetta? Just pop Vendetta while Shinryu is just going to pop every defensive in the world and even pour it out of the way. Pocket is going to have to go for a reset. Pocket, I believe. I'm going to believe. Buck from Zulu Head. I believe. Cheap Shot coming in. An interesting choice. Not a kidney shot. But he's going to try to get some damage rolling with the dots. He's going to get a concentrated flame rolling. Staying on Shiryu as best possible. Kidney shot coming out. Going to be short kidney. But still getting those dots rolling. Going to get hit with a disarm. Blind onto Shiryu. While it is half health. If you had a Vendetta, you could actually one-shot him from this point. If you had a Vendetta. What was that? Cheap Shot's fully DR. And Shiryu is actually free to do whatever he wants to. Pocket. Pocket Picket getting hit with a touch of death. Psychotronic Blast while he's stunned up. Might ever go for advantage, but doesn't even have advantage. That touch of death is going to hit him like a ton of bricks and down. He goes. Now, Shiryu, you should let your friends play sometime. Not bad of a monk, I gotta say though. Look at this dude. He really took the whole monk color to a full extreme. I like it. And he played that really well. Gotta give him the credit there. He didn't even play it like he played it like a monk would, you know, hit and run. But not even too like obnoxious or anything, you know what I mean? Like he did the run and heal.